Have you ever just stopped for a second and imagined how completely different your life would be right now if you'd made just one different decision in your past? It's crazy to think about, right? Well, in today's Explainer, we're unpacking a really powerful story about the everyday choices that literally define our lives, and more importantly, how you can actually take control of yours starting today. Okay, let's dive into this. What if you had taken that job? Think about it for a second. I want you to really reflect on those specific, personal moments in your own life when fear was screaming at you to say no, but deep down, man, a part of you just desperately wanted to say yes. Or hey, what if you had started that business you're always talking about? You know, most people fall into this trap of thinking that success is just luck, like a winning lottery ticket, but it's really not. The reality is, your life right now is just the compounding result of the decisions you made yesterday. It's like a giant snowball. And the life you're going to live tomorrow? Well, that's being built by the decisions you're making right now, today. To put this into perspective, let me introduce you to Ethan. Ethan's 28, and honestly, he wants exactly what most of us want, right? Success, happiness, a bit of financial freedom. But right now, he's just sitting at his desk staring blankly at all these crossed out options. A job offer, a cool business idea, even an invitation to go on a date. He is totally paralyzed by the uncertainty of it all. He just keeps whispering to himself, but what if I choose wrong? Well, one night, completely overwhelmed by all this frustration, Ethan falls asleep and finds himself standing in this dark, mysterious fog. And right in front of him are three enormous ancient doors. Now, these doors are basically a psychological framework representing the choices we all make every single day: comfort, fear, and growth. Suddenly, this mysterious old man steps out of the fog next to him with a pretty heavy warning. He says, "Behind each door is a future. Choose wisely." So, door number 1, comfort. And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when we play it entirely safe. Behind this door, a pretty tragic timeline unfolds. Ethan sees a version of himself living a completely cozy, totally risk-free life. Whenever opportunities pop up, he just ignores them. He constantly postpones his dreams to tomorrow, but you know how it goes. To stay in that safe little bubble, tomorrow becomes next week. Next week turns into next year, all just to avoid putting in the effort. And years later, he's left feeling completely empty. Postponing effort behind that comfort door literally just turns passing time into this heavy, profound regret. Ethan looks into the eyes of this older, supposedly comfortable version of himself, and there's just no pride, no excitement at all. Just this devastating realization as the older Ethan whispers, "I stayed safe my entire life. I never failed, but I never truly lived." Wow. That's the absolute tragedy of an unlived life, isn't it? Then, in a flash, that comfortable world fades away, and Ethan is right back in the fog, standing in front of the remaining doors. This brings us to door number 2, fear. The second he steps inside this world, he realizes that fear is running the show. It controls absolutely every single decision he makes. Letting fear take the wheel meant he flat out refused a huge promotion. He ignored a genuinely brilliant business idea. He even hesitated with love until the chance was just gone. Ethan's life shrank so dramatically behind this door. And honestly, the most heartbreaking part, it wasn't because he wasn't smart or talented enough. It was simply because he was constantly terrified of failing, of people laughing at him, of just not measuring up. Here, Ethan sees his older self sitting all alone on a park bench. He looks incredibly tired, but not from trying and failing. No, he's exhausted from the deep, lingering pain of missed opportunities. He looks up and says, "The greatest pain isn't failure. It's wondering what could have happened if I had tried." The sheer emptiness of those words just echoes through the void. And then Ethan is back in the fog, facing the final door. Let's move to and see how this builds in door number 3, growth. Taking a massive, deep breath, Ethan pushes open the final door. Now, unlike that first door, he doesn't step into some warm, cozy room. Nope, this is a tough, rocky path literally covered with massive obstacles. Behind this growth door, Ethan is facing tough rejections, making messy mistakes, dealing with completely unexpected setbacks. He fails, a lot. But notice what happens next. He actually uses every single failure to learn. He adapts, he tries again, and eventually, through just raw, stubborn persistence, he succeeds. The path is definitely not easy, but every single challenge is forging him into someone stronger, teaching him something absolutely invaluable along the way. When Ethan finally meets this version of his older self, he notices something pretty incredible. Yeah, the guy has visible scars from all those failures and rejections, but there's also this immense, undeniable confidence and wisdom radiating from him. The older Ethan looks him right in the eye and says, "I failed many times, but I kept moving. And because I kept growing, I built a life I am proud of." And in that exact moment, for the very first time, Ethan totally gets it. Success wasn't hidden behind comfort. It wasn't hidden behind fear. Success was hidden behind growth. Suddenly, Ethan gasps and wakes up right at his desk. But this time, his face is totally determined. The dream might be over, but man, the lesson hit him like a freight train. These doors aren't just some weird dream. They are the real choices we make every single day. He realizes that for years, he'd been completely paralyzed, always waiting for the perfect decision. But you know what successful people do? They understand the power of just taking action. Making a good decision today is always going to beat the paralysis of waiting for that mythical perfect decision tomorrow. So the absolutely crucial point here is this: action creates clarity, period. Experience is the only thing that creates wisdom. And growth? Well, growth only comes from forward movement. It doesn't come from sitting at your desk, overthinking, waiting, and just wishing for life to magically happen to you. You gotta take that step. Now, I want to turn this right back around to you. Seriously. Think about your own life for a second. When life places these 3 doors in front of you every single morning, comfort, fear, or growth, which one are you going to choose? Because here's the honest truth. The exact future you're dreaming of is very often hiding right behind a door you're currently too afraid to open. Like the old man in the fog said, choose wisely. The door you choose today becomes the very life you live tomorrow. So I really want to know where you stand right now. Drop a comment below. Which door are you choosing today? Door 1, door 2, or door 3? Make your choice, let us know, and hey, don't forget to subscribe for episode 4 of our Explainer series. I'll see you in the next one.